My name is Boone Penfield from Griffin Motors in Meadville. I've been asked to do your announcing tonight for the 2018 Tractor Parade. Welcome to the 5th annual Linesville Lighted Tractor Parade presented by the Linesville Chamber of Commerce and the Lighted Tractor Parade Committee. I, along with my lovely assistant Brenda Schmidt, who's not up here yet, we'll get her, she's organizing everything out there and I'll introduce her later. I'll be your MC for this evening. This evening has been months in the planning. Something like this just doesn't happen. You don't just walk out from your house tonight and then a bunch of tractors show up. These guys have got this planned. They've done one heck of a job. Involved in front and behind the scenes who work tirelessly to bring this very special event to you. Ready for some parade history? 5 years ago, this parade began on a rainy December evening. Imagine that. With only 6 tractors and a dream. A dream to bring something bold and new to the cold, snowy, and sometimes rainy months in Linesville and northwestern Pennsylvania. 6 tractors came the first year, became 12 in the second year, and 19 in our third year. Last year, we had 52 units in the parade, and we're happy to announce that we found the magical formula and have become the largest lighted tractor parade in the nation. Rumor has it, we may now be the largest nighttime parade in the nation as well. And you know who we had to pass to do that? It's pretty close to us. The Meadville Halloween Parade has always been known as the largest nighttime parade in the state of Pennsylvania. Okay, folks, what I'd like to do now is my only payment for tonight. I'd like to recognize all the veterans, fire police, policemen, any law enforcement. Please step out to the center line here if you could. Anybody in law enforcement or anybody in safety, please step out. We're going to start this parade off because here they come. What I'd like to do is have everybody remove their hats. And let's say the Pledge of Allegiance to this great country we have here. You see a flag beside me. We also want to recognize we lost a president today. George H.W. Bush passed away, and we want to recognize that. So all the veterans, if you could just step ahead of people. Everybody remove your hats and join me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible. I can hear you. Thank you. All right. Thank you, folks. Thanks for doing that. Never forget your veterans, never forget your safety personnel. We appreciate it. It looks like we got lights coming, folks. But this first tractor, here comes your 2018 Linesville Lighted Tractor Parade Grand Marshal, Red Beers. Red was sort of a hornswoggle into leading the nation's largest tractor parade. You'd think at 91 years old he would have learned about the nefarious tricksters of Chad Laux. Red is our oldest tractor driver here this evening. Red turned 91 in October. We are honored that he didn't back out of the job. He's driving a 1990 Ford 7710 supplied by Chad and pulling a float representing the POW Fund community here in Linesville, PA. And there comes my trusty assistant. She came on the POW Fund trailer. Can we show a little love for this fella? 91 years old. Thank you, Red. Pop the clutch, buddy. Looks like you didn't get any of the ladies from POW Fund on there. Might have been a little too nasty. "91 years old. Can anybody holler out what year you think he was born? That's the right. 91 years ago. You can't throw me out. We're going to do all right here. Okay, the word is they didn't tell Red to slow down. 91 years old. He wanted to get home. Maybe the Price is Right was on or something. I think that's what they do when you're 91. Next tractor coming up, I'll just start with it here. And you guys can hear me down there by the Legion, I'm sure, but it's a 1945 Farmall BN, owned by Bill Laux and driven by his daughter, Ann Meader. What you see tonight is our family's 4th generation tractor, originally purchased in 1945 by my grandfather, Lester Laux. This is the first tractor that I learned to drive on as a kid, and I've spent many hours riding on the axle to the left. The Laux family would like to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from the whole gang and the Meader gang. 3 generations of tractor enthusiasts. I hope it makes the hill. And obviously, a lot of you folks know Chad Laux, really instrumental in putting this thing together. That's his sister Ann, and that's his great-grandfather's tractor. How about a nice round of applause for 1945 Farmall BN? Ann is also, she's pulling the wagon representing our major sponsors, WCC, the Area Shopper, Green Hill Farm and Equipment, Farm and Dairy, Pima Tuning Sportsman's Club, the Free Press, and Land Pro Equipment. They congratulate the Chamber on hosting the nation's largest tractor parade. Look at that, 1945. What's this one here? Is this upside down? Well, speaking of our major sponsor, we'll give it a minute. They're trying to catch up. We were hoping these were going to come closer together for you. But different tractors, different sizes, different speeds. We'll do what we do. All right, speaking of a major sponsor, here's one now. Green Hill Farms Equipment out of Cambridge Springs. They're driving a 2018 Kubota M7060. If the weather gets tough in the winter, Green Hill Farms has all the equipment to help Santa find his way. From walk-behind snowblowers to farm tractors, we have what you need. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from the Green Hill Farms family. Check this out, the reindeer pulling the sleigh. All tractors from Green Hill Farms. What a nice round of applause for these guys. Talk about a lot of work. Look at them pulling the reins back. They're trying to slow her up. Green Hill Farms, Cambridge Springs, one of our major sponsors. Nice job, you guys. Very creative. The next tractor coming through is a 1980 John Deere 2350, owned and driven by Kevin Oates from Hartstown, PA. Come and see us at the Linesville Seed Service for your corn, soybean, and alfalfa and wheat seed, serving you to help make your farm profitable. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Kevin Oates on a 1980 John Deere 2350. Thank you, Kevin. Next one's a 2017 Mahindra, owned by Matt Fannin, driven by Mike Huber. The Conneaut Education Association represents the teachers and nurses of Conneaut School District. We are proud to serve our students, families, and communities. Go Eagles! We wish everyone a wonderful holiday season. 2017 Mahindra. Thank you, folks. This is a 1959. Okay. This is number 8. This is a 2014 John Deere X738, disguised as a pumpkin, from Land Pro Equipment in Edinburgh, also one of our major sponsors, driven by Linda Eels. No matter what time of year, it's always deer season. John Deere has the tools you need for every job, big or small. Hunter or not, we hope you tag a deer this year and add their green trophy to your garage. '58 Ford 981 diesel, owned by Richard Bromley from Conneaut Lake, PA. Richard's old Ford is field-ready example of Ford power. She might not be a showpiece, but she's a good everyday workhorse. When the model was first introduced in 1957, Richard Sr. used the exact model of his tractor in a pulling circuit. It was always a dream of Rick's to own one just like his dad's. His daughter also had the dream fulfilled by opening her brand new tumbling and dance studio, Tumbleweeds. Dance, which Rick is thrilled to be leading in the nation's largest tractor parade. He could not be more proud of her accomplishments and how fast her studio grew. They're being in business for 2 weeks. They already have 70 students. And they're growing rapidly. They offer classes for ages 2 and up. Next little tractor coming here looks like a 2004 New Holland TC 33D, owned by Patrick Burns, driven by Amanda Burns. They're from Connequenessing, PA. Amanda says she borrows this tractor once a year from her dad, simply so she can be in the parade. Amanda, we love tractor parades too. Amanda wishes everybody a Merry Christmas. Thank you, Amanda. Once a year she gets to drive that tractor. Next tractor, a 1953 John Deere 70. You can hear her popping there. Darren Stockton out of Jefferson, Ohio. This antique was restored in 2000 and is quite unique. The 70 was introduced to the market in 1953 and is an all-fuel model. It was made to start on gasoline and run on distillate fuel, kerosene. Only 297 Model 70 all-fuel tractors were manufactured in 1953, and you're looking at one of them here at the largest tractor parade.
Well, that's pretty wonderful. His lights quit working on him, and it looks like he got them going again. Way to go, Darren.
You hear her up here, that's my assistant, Brenda Schmidt. She finally showed up to help me out. Check this out, a 2018 Case 340 TR, owned by R.J. Roncaglione. He's on our committee here in Linesville. Is excavating, and it's driven by Derek Keene. I just bought this for the parade because we were so busy I didn't have time to clean up the old one. A brand new 2018 Case. The R.J. Roncaglione family, excavating family, would like to wish you all a happy holidays and remember the real meaning of Christmas. Right behind him is a 1963 Sears lawn tractor. From Harmondsburg, PA, Robert Agnew and his Boy Scout Troop 220. The Boy Scout Troop would like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. 1965 Sears. 1973 International 1066. Gorley Farms, all the way from Union City, PA, driven by Dan Gorley. The float in this Crawford County USDA, FCA, NRCS committee, and County Executive Director. This is a joint collaboration from these agencies and employees, Aaron Blood and committee members, Dan Gorley and Kathy Vorsek. The wagon is donated by former committee member Mark Creecraft. The Gorley family remains an active dairy and grain farm, having been in the family since 1942. 1973 International. Thank you, folks.
Oh, they look fantastic. A lot of lights on there.
What about this one?
Yep, these are the Gypsy horses. This is Robin Thomas, and she's leading Gypsy Lake, Striking It Rich, and Jennifer Woodward, who's leading Gypsy Fortune, Golden Moondust. Ooh, that's a long name. Their animals represent the Gypsy breed of horses, which is known for their long, flowing manes, tails, forelocks, and fetlocks. Robin and Jennifer wish everyone a safe and happy holiday. We have a 1989 Ford 7710. Can you tell us a little about that?
That's from Tim Brown right here in Conneautville. I think it's driven by TJ Brown. I wish you a Merry Christmas. Tim Brown.
Holy Patriotic, take a look at this.
How about that?
Woo, she's a beauty.
This is a 2015 Mahindra 1538 Jeremy McGrath from Conneautville. The Legion Riders. The Legion is right across the street here. These guys do a great job all through the community and all over. Legion Riders post 462. Stopped to help Santa out, but appears that his Harley reindeer ran out of gas. Santa's chauffeur for the evening is Mr. Jeremy McGrath, Vice President of the Legion Riders. John Profit, Tansy, Bob Moser, and the late John Teeter donated the bikes. Check them Harleys out on there, buddy. Do not forget to check out the Tree of Fields and vote for the Linesville Legion Riders. Post 462. How about a nice round of applause for those guys?
Yeah, that's good looking.
Got to get the bikes in there. I love it. 2008 John Deere 5325. Robert Dagan out of Conneaut Lake, PA. His story is it's him and the neighborhood gang from Geneva, Pennsylvania. Keep Christ in your Christmas. Thank you, guys. 2008 John Deere.
I really like those road lights. Puts a nice look on there. I think they're getting to, what are we doing up there?
Uh-oh.
Or is that the Harley?
It's a tractor parade with a Harley in it. How about that? Looks like we got a 2018 Husqvarna. Ray Andell from Meadville, representing Northwestern PA Home Rental Network.
It's the only Husqvarna in our parade tonight. It's Ray's very first time joining us.
Ray, nice tractor, the Husqvarna. Next one's a 1972 David Brown Selectomatic 990. Sam Elliott out of Andover. My grandfather bought this tractor to be a workhorse on the farm. After 3 generations, it's still being used and loved. She now has a semi-retired workload, but is still the determination of a tractor twice her size. Andover, Ohio, it's 72 David Brown. Next one's 70s era Massey Ferguson lawnmower. Check that out. Jim Clark out of Dorset. 70s lawnmower, lives a sweet life, all cozied up. They get her out a couple times a year. It looks like she's here for the tractor parade tonight. Maybe next year they'll slap a load of sunscreen on it. An 11 case IH Magnum 340. Wheeler Farms in Linesville, Pennsylvania. These guys, great. That's my boy Tyler Wheeler up on there. If you're looking for a tractor with 340 horsepower in that thing, it's the main workhorse on the farm. Right outside of town here. It pulls tillage equipment, manure spreaders, and hay equipment. TW, Tyler Wheeler. Here comes his dad, 1994 Caterpillar 75C. Check that out, folks. That's the new way to go. The Cat is another major helper on the farm. The tracks allow us to drive on the soil with less compaction. Merry Christmas from the entire Wheeler family, right out here on Wheeler Road. Atta boy.
Gotta love Glenn.
Gotta love them Wheelers. That's where I do my hunting.
Oh, yeah? Well, Tyler and his wife just had a baby. So coming up next, we have Don Ott from Boy Rivers Barbecue and Catering. And Don was kind enough to allow a group of local royalty join him in the tractor parade tonight. So they quickly assembled a float. So we'll get to see a couple princesses come along here.
Don's got a 1967 Ford 4000, owned by Cheryl Ott. I guess she let him drive it tonight. Cheryl's a lifelong resident of Linesville and more than proud to be supportive of Linesville Chamber of Commerce and the biggest and best lighted tractor parade. Cheryl and her staff at Boy Rivers Barbecue right on the other side of town, and Catering, an LTPAA sponsor. We appreciate that.
We have the 2018-2019 Tiny Miss Waterfowl. We also have the Teen Miss Waterfowl. And
I know, it's hard to read that writing.
Thank you.
We got them all, but how about a nice round of applause for all the queens and Miss Queens, little queens that are on there.
Oh, these are the cutest outfits. Check these cows out. Oh my goodness. I think they're sort of inflated cows. If you're walking in the parade, you're supposed to be all lit up, so these guys really went all out. I enjoy their necklaces, and I so love these cow outfits.
This is great. This is a 2009 John Deere 7230, owned by George Love at Pima Farms out in Linesville. Wishes everyone a Merry Christmas. Come see us for your Black Angus beef and all natural chicken and egg needs. How about that? Eat more Angus. I love it.
Pima Love Farms. How about that? And you see that? If you're an animal unit, you must have a manure manager. And look right there. That is an awesome
In case the cows have an accident, we got them there. That's Angus. That's Black and Gus. You remember them two. Black and Gus, the Angus brothers. That looks like Garrett Love up there driving the buggy. Pima Love Farms. Thank you, sir.
I think that round bell's a great idea.
Next one's a 1948 Farm All C. Jim Starcheski, also from Linesville. It looks like he's got Cub Scout Pack 210 with him. The Farm All C was purchased new by Jim's grandfather, Ollie, and has been used on the Starcheski farm for 3 generations. Cub Scout Pack 210 wishes you a Merry Christmas. How about it? Cub Scout 210. Thank you guys for coming out and weathering the storm tonight. Next one's a 1946 John Deere B. Check this out. Bill Thompson out of Linesville and Thompson Gravel. Thompson Gravel's proud sponsor of the nation's largest tractor parade. Check that out. That's old school there. Next one's a 1945 Case VAC Joe Blaha out of Rock Creek, Ohio. He made the trip across the pond there. This tractor is bought new by Joe's father in Chardon, Ohio. It was used for wood cutting, hay rides, and snow plowing, and farming. Joe and his sons restored this tractor in 2017. Fun fact, Joe and his brother and his 2 sisters all learned how to drive on this tractor. 31.
32 is in front of us right now. We're looking at a 1967 Massey Ferguson. Tell us all about it.
This Massey is Bob Harvey out of Andover, Ohio. He also made the trip, driven by Jason Tisch. This tractor has been in the family for 3 generations, and we plan on keeping it going generations to come. From all the Tisch family and all Linesville, we wish you a happy and Merry Christmas. 32. Oh, I got 31. Never got 31, did I?
I'm not sure 31 was with us today, Dan, but I can tell you that we have a great list of sponsors with us here this evening. We have the good folks from Land Pro Equipment. They have a stage just down the road from us. And we also have, let's see, WTC's in the parade. And who's coming next?
This is a 1970-something Ford 3000. 70-something, driven by David Wilms, Ashtabula, Ohio. Thank you for coming over. Driven by Ryan Wilms. The Wilms family would like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. That's an old boy. Now that's smart. Look, he's got a generator on the back to run them lights. Just a reminder, folks, like I said before, this couldn't happen without our major sponsors, WTC, Land Pro Equipment, Green Hill Farms and Equipment, Area Shopper, Miller's Free Press, Prime Tuning Sportsman's Club, the Farm and Dairy, Anderson Coach and Tour, Clinks Environmental, Bortnick Tractor, Griffin Motors, Molded Fiberglass, Meadville Medical Center, Penn State Barron, RJ Ron Caglione Excavating, Tammy Laux Auctioneer Service, PNC Bank, and Finders Keepers.
We have some additional sponsors in the parade. We have the Linesville Borough Council, LA Auto, B&S Drain Service, Northwestern Rural Electric Company. We have Thompson Gravel. You just saw their tractor go by. We have Clapper Insurance, Signature Earthworks, Blossoms and Blooms, Star Marketing, Boy Rivers Barbecue and Catering. Who's coming along now?
Coming up over the hill now, we got a 1975 Case 970. The D. Woody Farms, driven by Joseph D. Woody out of Sagertown, Pennsylvania. 1975 Case 970.
It's Joe's first time in the parade. He's out there in Mosiertown, Pennsylvania, and if you don't know it, he's one heck of a good dancer. Hello, Joey DeWoody.
All right, we like dancers. What tractors he got on the back there? He didn't give us the info on that, did he?
I have no idea, but it's pretty good looking.
That's old school too. Look at the front end.
I like how he decorated it up.
Next one up here. Look at this. We got a 1958 Massey Ferguson Tom Butterbaugh out of Sagertown, PA. We're so proud and excited to be here again this year with a loving family and friends. We have made this yearly tradition lovely and happy. It makes us and the community. We chose to make our float homey and full of love to illustrate how we spend evenings with our families during the holiday season. The stockings are hung by the chimney with care, while the little ones rest, watching Christmas movies with cheer. Thank you, folks.
Take a look.
Nice
They're looking
idea.
at some sort of maybe Year Without a Santa Claus or something up there. Frosty the Snowman on their television. That's the Baker family along with the Budabaugh family.
You can hear this one popping. 1955 John Deere 70 G&S Farms out of Pulaski, PA. Now there's a ride driven by Ty Phillips. This is Ty's second antique John Deere tractor that he has bought to restore. He's had this tractor for 3 years now and pulls it at the Lawrence County Fair. This tractor is also used on the farm to pull wagons, plow fields, and pull disc. He has found out that this tractor was originally a propane tractor and converted to gasoline. Now that Ty has graduated from school, he hopes to get a new coat of paint on her. Ty Phillips and G&S Farms.
Well, here comes some LED lights. You can tell by their intensity. Some good color going on. Looks like a nativity scene in the front. What do you think, Dan?
I think he does. He got the nativity on the front. This is a brand new 2018 New Holland T5 100 from Patriotic Tractors over in Kearney, Ohio. That happens to be where I bought my tractor. This is driven by Sean O'Brien. Sean's been there a long time at Patriotic Tractors, and they are also a sponsor of the parade tonight. Jesus is the reason for the season. Patriotic Farms and Sales would like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a blessed New Year. Sean, nice job with the lights on this 2018 New Holland TS 100. That's a 100 horsepower tractor right there, folks.
What a beautiful job at decorating. I have decorated my fair share of tractors, and I can tell you they worked very, very hard to make that look that good. Nice job. Looks like he has his sons in there tonight with him.
Looks like number 38 here, John Deere 325, David Sinkar of Linesville. Thank you, David. John Deere 325.
Hi, David. David Chinchar is here with us tonight. Got your lights working. They look good.
Look at this one here, a 54 Alice Chalmers by Bill Miller. Hey, Bill, out of Connieville, PA. This was bought new by my father and handed down to me. My son and I tore it down to the ground and rebuilt it. We added a wide front end, added horsepower, and gave it an all-new paint job. I use it all the time to move dirt, brush hog, and haul whatever needs hauling.
Looks like you gave it a nice rack, too. So as we were up tonight getting ready for the parade to begin, it was very fun to see all the people come through and all the excitement in the air. And a lot of struggles tonight because this wet weather sure wreaks havoc on your lighting system.
Yes, and while we're doing this, folks, I like to have a nice round of applause for this young lady beside me, Brenda Schmidt. Holy crap, I met her about a week ago. She organized this. She's got all these printouts for me to read for you. She's the one on the website. Done one heck of a job. Thank you, Brenda. How about a round of applause for her? She's done a great job.
Well, thank you so much. We're glad you could join us tonight. And Griffin Motors, that's where you work. And hey, they're a sponsor.
Yes, we are.
So
and glad to be a sponsor. America's largest lighted tractor parade. Oh, boy.
Here comes a gorgeous looking one.
Check this out. These guys came a ways to see us tonight. It's a 2013 John Deere 5085 G&S Farms, Pulaski, Pennsylvania. Scott Phillips, the 2013 JD was purchased new at G&S Farms and is used daily on a beef and hog and grain operation. Today we are in conjunction with Whiting Auctions of New Wilmington, PA. Wilmington Auctions is a full-service operation and licensed in the PA, Ohio, West Virginia, and Florida. Atop the float, you will find Duke Whiting and his 8-year-old twin daughters, Remington and Reagan, and his 5-year-old son, Cash. Gail Phillips of G&S Farms and Shayna Whiting of Whiting Auctions are handing out the treats. Thank you, folks. Thanks for making the long drive. I see you, buddy.
Beautiful job. My goodness. So two tractors ahead of that.
Look at the lighted tractor on the back of that trailer. That's a pretty unique deal. What do we got coming next? We got a 2014 Massey Ferguson.
Number 41.
Yep, GC 2400. Oh. Gary Bell from Linesville. Gary, some Twin Pies right across the street here. He's also one of our sponsors too, isn't he?
He is one of our sponsors, and check out these little cars in the back.
Check it out, he's got the train. This is our 3rd year in the parade. The Bell family has joined forces with the Adkins family to decorate Grandpa's lawnmower. It has been a fun family project, and our little elves, Natalie, Gavin, Parker, and Mav, are excited to spread their holiday cheer. Little fun fact, Kristen Bell of Twin Pies family created the beautiful parade route maps. If you see them around town, you'll see them on the website. That, a lot of nice artwork there.
So we got number 42, Rolling Field Strong.
Check this out. Driven by Adam Shoup. It's a 2000 John Deere 4310. Life has been interesting at Rolling Fields this year. We are now owned by Heritage Ministries. And as many of you know, we were right in the path of an F2 tornado on October 2nd. Our stellar care partners, our community pulled together, keep our elders and our daycare children safe and sound. We're so happy that all Rolling Fields members are back and returned to the home. A lot of you folks knew about that. That tornado hit them, and them people up there, the employees, did a great job. 1939 Farmall A. Jill Jeremy Burnham, Conneautville.
So what's fun about this is they worked really hard on this, but it's right here on the float behind them. Poor Jill couldn't sleep last night, so excited to get this thing decorated. This was her grandfather's tractor. Tell us all about it.
1939 Farmall was purchased new by Jill's grandfather, William Morris. The tractor came with a plow, disc, cultivator, and a wagon for $650 in 1939. It was used to plow victory gardens during World War II near the present-day Meadville High School. Jill is the third generation to own this tractor.
So Bill Morris was my neighbor. I grew up on Morris Road, named just for him. Coming up now, 44. We have a Mahindra 4540 four-wheel drive. It is owned by Russ Prouty.
He's a legend around here. Russ Prouty out of Linesville, Pennsylvania. Russ Prouty from your family, wishing everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Hi, Russell. Hey, kids, how about some candy? Hey.
Oh, so close.
Throw onion rings or something. Candy. We're getting...
Oh, here she comes, Boone.
All right.
Ooh, my hero.
Keep the cameras moving.
It ain't on.
It ain't easy being me. This one's got a little action to it here. Sparklers in the back. In 1998, John Deere 650. Michael and Jessica Davis out of Linesville, driven by Jessica Davis. And also they got the Boy Scout Troop 210 with them. Boy Scout 210 out of Conneautville is a hard-working bunch of young men and adults. The John Deere belongs to the family of Scott Wyatt Davis. Many of the Scouts and their families have farms and love to be involved and support communities. The Boy Scouts would like to wish everyone Merry Christmas. And also from Carol at Rolling Fields. Uh-oh, 1970 Cub Cadet, owned by Dan Marburger, Hartstown, PA. Got this tractor post-retirement to start an adventure with an old hobby of tinkering. The Cub Cadet has been pulling in the lawn tractor pulls at local fairs around the area for 3 years now. Placed third at the Jamestown with Bubba attached to the hood. I see Bubba up on the front there. There's no telling what trouble we could get into. 2002 Kubota L3010, Kyler Durfee. Kyler's from Sagertown, PA, is riding it on the 2002 Kubota, purchased for his family farm and used in many projects over the years. Real quick, Brenda, let's go through some of these sponsors again. We like to mention these folks and hope you folks remember these names. When you go to these businesses, make sure you tell them, thank you for sponsoring this tractor parade. Like I said, this doesn't just happen. It takes money, it takes a lot of effort. WTC, Pima Tuning Sportsman's Club, Farm and Dairy.
Green Hill Farms and Equipment, Area Shopper, Land Pro Equipment, and Miller's Free Press.
Also, Tammy Laux Auctioneer, this is her buggy up here we're sitting in. Abortnick Tractors, PNC, RJ Roncaglione Excavating, Griffin Motors, that's a pretty nice place, and Molded Fiberglass and Trey right outside of town here.
We have Penn State Barron, they're also with us in the parade. Anderson Coach and Travel, hey, they're in the parade too. Northwestern Rural Electric Cooperative and Meadville Medical Center.
This next one just says it's a John Deere. Like, oh, that's good news. Scott and Karen Duncan out of East Springfield, PA, driven by Scott Duncan. He wants me to sing, it says on here, oh, what fun it is to ride in a John Deere all the way. Hey! I can't believe they got me to do that. Thanks to the gang at Jerry's Corner Bar. No, just teasing.
Thanks, Scott.
This next gang, this is from the VFW. Mike Rendulic has the tractor, but this we will be doing Wreaths Across America. I read about this. December 15th at noon at the Linesville Cemetery, right around the corner. Everyone is welcome to attend. We are no longer just a ladies' auxiliary. It's gender neutral, like that tractor. Try to identify the tractor. Mike Rendulic up in there.
Like
Rendulic Farms in Shermansville, the big city.
So this next one coming has a lot of LED lights on it. I didn't get a chance to get up through there tonight. I got one hot lap through, but you know, they don't look that awesome when it's light out. And as it gets darker, boy, these things just start to pop and sizzle. Oop, hey, pay attention, this group has candy. Oh, are we at 50? We are. So this is pretty special. This is one of our sponsors coming through, Anderson Coach and Travel. Yeah, there is a tractor in front of it, Boone. That's a school bus being pulled by tractors.
Oh, ho, ho. Check this out.
Yeah, take a look.
Yeah, it looks like the reindeer can put their feet up and ride in comfort in this 2017 special edition 100th anniversary Thomas-built diesel school bus. It's 40 foot long, weighs over 20,000 pounds, and can hold up to 72 passengers. And it is a ton of fun to drive. Anderson Coast and Travel has come a long ways. We had a humble beginning in 1937, transporting school children to and from our one-room schoolhouse. Now we serve more than 500,000 customers each year. The Magic Maker sponsor donated shuttle buses and drivers to haul you back and forth to the church parking lots tonight. They're looking for friendly and professional people to become bus drivers for the public and private schools provided in this area. Apply online at goanderson.com. That's pretty cool. Good idea, guys. Pretty creative. Anderson, Coach and Tour.
Oh, I really like those reins.
Hey.
Oh, hello. Looks like they had a lot of fun decorating. I wonder how many lights are on there.
Look at that guy coming out the exit up top there. That's where the that's where the bus driver made me ride.
I don't doubt that for a minute. So what we got here? Another one being towed?
No. I don't think he's towing that big rig. 1945 John Deere H. Ed Brown out of Connieville, PA. When I was a boy, my father had John Deere H tractor, and it was the first tractor I ever drove and loved. He later sold it and broke my heart. After he passed away, I thought it would be nice to find one and restore it. I finally found one to restore. Now I have 6, and a couple more waiting. I'm pulling a trailer made from the front axle of a John Deere H tractor that I built with the help of my grandfather. I enjoy taking them on to antique shows. Thanks a lot, Ed Brown.
Hi, Ed Bowen. Nice to
Bowen,
see you.
I'm sorry. Ed Bowen. Next one's.
That's a 53. Unit number 53.
That 53 is a 97 Cates I-8 7220. Jake Rhea. Jake, do they call you Belly? I think Belly is a nickname on that fella. I had a little hint from some guys told me to say that.
Oh, yeah. 54 is in
Belly.
front of us now.
1958 International Cub Lowboy. Ron Kearns out of Harmonsburg, Pennsylvania. Ron just purchased this tractor and is working to restore it to make it his own. Nice little tractor there. Folks, what a great night to come out to Linesville, PA. It rained earlier. I don't think it's raining out there now, is it? I think we got it through. All day long it said it was going to start about 2 o'clock, and they were right. Right when we needed it not to.
That's exactly right. So the oldest tractor in our parade, guess how old it is, Dan?
The oldest tractor in the parade?
Yeah.
91. No, that was the guy.
No, that was the guy
That was
Red.
Red.
That was Red.
I don't know how old.
Well, I don't know either because I'm not that great at math, but what year it is a 1936.
Oh, boy. You make sure you remind me when that comes through. 1936 hasn't been through here yet, has it?
Well, it's a 1936 Allis-Chalmers WC. So I think they called that a Waterloo. Are you familiar with that?
No, I am not.
I don't know if they were pulling my leg or not, but I saw the WC. Oh, is that it? Water closet? Waterloo.
Some of these other folks may know. I'm not too sure.
That is a heck of a Christmas tree they have on this unit coming through. Is that a hay wagon?
I think they have the tree in the wagon. We'll see when we get up here.
Well, I'm not sure which one's coming up now, but I did get a little notice here on my phone that number 55 may not be joining us. So pay attention, see what we have coming
We'll
through.
pay attention there. Yeah, 55 was a 1956 Farmall 400, Chris Hackett at Espyville. Must have had an issue down over the hill.
But that looks like 56.
1952 Ford 8N. Glenn Robinson at Espyville, PA. Little Glenn, my buddy. 1952 Ford N, Espyville, PA. Glenn Robinson. Nice setup, Glenn. I know you want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, don't you? That's right, buddy. Good looking job there. 1952 Ford 8N. Now that took some work. That's the Glenn and Teresa Robinson farms out of Espyville, PA. Nice work. They got presents under the tree.
57's in front of us right now.
That is a 1968 AMF 1414. Lori Jones out of Meadville. This AMF was purchased 14 years ago and is an oil-leaking, smoke-belching mowing machine, but she still had the will to keep going.
Right behind her, 58.
There's a Ford 24-horsepower twin, Tom Jones. This one looks like a 2015 Kubota B2301, Scott and Kendra Durfee, Sagertown. Scott Durfee driving it. Our little sugar house. One of the most glorious messes in the world is a mess created in the living room on Christmas Day. That was quoted by Andy Rooney. Scott and Kendra Durfee, Joel, Carissa, and Jeremiah King, Ryan and Katrina Johannesmeyer are celebrating the miracle of Christmas this morning.
Yeah. Oh, they might be. So.
All right, right up the street here from North Shore Dairy. This is from the Stort Farm. This is a 1992 John Deere 5830, driven by John Douglas Stort from the farm, the youngest brother. It's one of the only dairy farms left in this local area here in the Linesville area. This here's a mean green chopping machine. She loves to eat hay and corn silage. We would love to pass out some candy like last year's combine did, but with 325 horsepower, it would come out at 120 mile an hour. Safety first, you're welcome. Thanks, John.
61's coming through. This is a really unique piece. Chester Collins brought this one along. Tell us all about it.
1976 John Deere 210 and an 83 John Deere 212, making a unique steam engine. Chester Collins, Orwell, Ohio. Over the course of history, I wound up with 2 John Deere lawn tractors with engine failure. The pressing issue was what was to do with these John Deere lawn tractors. I did what any full-blooded tinkerer would do. I cut the 83 in half, welded the ends together in 76 with a 76 and made a 210. It needed a hood, and a 300-gallon fuel tank did the job. Now it sort of looked like a steam engine.
Unit 62's in front of us. That's a Ford 7700. Smells good. What you got?
Richmond Farms right up over the hill at Connieville. Chad Billis driving it. They're actually cooking their special meats on that float. Get your samples and place your orders following the parade. Boy, can you smell that? You got a big boy up here in the building. That makes me hungry.
Can't wait to get back to the school. Maybe they have samples.
That smells good, folks.
Oh, hey, you're a hero.
How about them Mets?
All
Look
right,
at that.
We're in for this. Thank you.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
Well, don't take too long because number 63 is in front of us here. We have a 1952 Farmall Super A.
Owned by Bill Mickle, Linesville, PA. Hey. Bought that in 1952, 5 years ago, after increasing the amount of yard we had to mow. Works hard cutting grass and pulling trees, just the perfect size for the chores and projects we get into.
'64's in front of us here. It's a 2009 John Deere.
That's owned by Jody Welchek, Smokin' Jay's, the bar up on the corner out here going towards Connieville, is owned by John Cardosh and Jody Welchek. Great place to go. Good time up there, family-friendly atmosphere. Great place to meet good friends, have fun. We have good food too. How about the gang from Smokin' Jay's? Cardosh.
65's in front of us now, a 2016 Kubota 2630.
That's Bill and Kathy Corman out of Linesville, driven by Mike Blumenstein. Cornman Bloom Ranch. Hey, Big Bloom, what's up?
What a beautiful Patriotic unit they have there.
Wow, that guy dropped us off some
That's
sausage
fantastic.
or meat or something there. Man, was that good. I couldn't talk for a minute. Imagine that. Boone not being able to talk.
We're still chewing on the kielbasa, and it's fantastic.
Wow.
I had to take a little delay there while you were snacking.
Yep, tastes like chicken.
Well, then chicken's awesome. Honey, there's over 100. There's 120 units, and the one you're going to love the most is probably 119. There's 120.
We're a little over halfway.
Yeah. 120. They each have 1,000 lights on them. That's 120,000 lights. I'm sure there's more than that. Some of these folks went all out. What you got coming here, Boone?
Kabasi. No.
Well, you took two? Jeez.
They were stuck together.
Uh-huh.
All right, my hand was big.
All right.
International 404, Reichert Farms out of Portersville, PA.
No, I don't think Riker Farms are here. Pick another one.
Whoops, pick another one. What number we got?
I'm not sure what's in front there, but the Reichert family wasn't able to join us this evening. It looks to me like 67.
All right. We'll go to 67. Sorry about that. That's a 53 Farm All M. John Alsdorf, Elwood City, PA. Now that's a haul too.
Even further.
Dan Alsdorf. The Farm All M is owned by John Armstrong for Cockerton, PA, and is proudly driven tonight by his son Dan.
Well, hello, Dan.
Elwood City is a little bit of a haul, folks.
You look pretty good. Got a
Right behind him, we got a John Deere G. Keith Kitster out of Conneaut, Ohio. 52 John Deere was purchased by my dad, Dave. Restored it to the condition it is now, doing all the body work and paint himself. The rear wheels have been widened and the motor has been rebuilt. A Massey Ferguson, 1533. Brian and D. Gillette out of Edinburgh, PA, driven by Brian Gillette. Total Foundation Solutions. This tractor was the first large purchase Brian and Dee made as a married couple way back in 08. Dee actually had to do the little convincing for me to agree to the purchase. I'm glad she did. We use the tractor nearly every day for some type of chore, and sometimes we make ways to use it. We now have a hard time keeping our son off it as the tractor rides one of his favorite pastimes.
Unit 70 is here in front of us, and this is a 2010 Craftsman.
That's Charlene States on that one, I think. This tractor is lighted like a pile of snow. Thank you, Charlene.
That's how she's keeping warm. You're a smart lady. Oh, here comes some good things going on. We'll have to do a lot of reading, but we'd sure like you to take a look at what's happening. So Unit 71 is a John Deere 265 driven by John Widener, and they've got some plays. If you watch them, they get little hand signals, and they're going to do some fancy, driving. We'll call it driving.
You might want to step back a little bit, folks.
Yeah, because
There's a lot of horsepower wheeling out
John
there.
tells us, and you may not know it, but these puppets fast.
Lucky W Farms.
72 is with us, and that's Mark Sobieski driving a Cub Cadet, and he says happy holidays from his family. And 73 is part of that group, and we've got the John Deere Garden Tractor by Stephen Erb, and he just wants you to know it's a lot of fun out here, and he's sure hoping that Ron gets it together and gets him a good play. 74 is a 1982 Gravely 12G with Justin Sobieski. Yep, his brother's out there. He says happy holidays and drive safe. And number 75, here they go, looking all crazy. 75 is a New Holland GT 22 lawn tractor by Ron Widener. Ron owns this one, and he says this baby runs on cold, carbonated adult beverages, not the tractor. Happy holidays.
Nice job, guys. A little creative. It's like the reindeer might have had too much.
Looks like they're having way too much fun.
Check the guy out on this one. He's a 1942 Farm All H. Craig Waisley out of Albion, PA. Farmall was purchased by Greg when he was 12 years old for $150. He bought it to pull at the Albion tractor pulls. First tractor he started his Farmall tractor collection. Tractor was also Brittany, his wife's first tractor she had ever pulled in the Albion parade, or Albion polls.
I like the red and white on that. That's pretty. So 77's coming through here.
1940, John Deere M. Gerald Hutchinson out of Meadville. This old John Deere was my grandfather's. I remember being young, I don't, and riding next to him in the hay fields and garden. It was handed down to me when my grandfather passed. I plan on restoring it next year and making it look new again. She starts up, runs every time. My grandpa would say, why fix it or change it? Let it be and ride on. Man, I miss him. Good job.
78's coming next. Looks to me like that's a 1980 International 986.
It is. That's owned by John English out of Girard, PA.
An English family wishes you a Merry Christmas from their family to yours. Looks like 79 is next.
79 is a 2004 New Holland TC40 DA. Penn State Erie, the Barron College is an LTP sponsor, which is Linesville Tractor Parade. Out of Erie, Allen's at the wheel. This tractor is owned by Penn State Barron, blue and white, of course. Studies TC pitches in whenever possible at Barron's 850-acre campus. We are. You got her.
Is that the Nittany Lion? That's a good thing.
That is the Nittany Lion. There you go. 70 years.
So it looks like Unit 80's coming here, and boy, that is a nice rack.
Check this guy out. My buddy, 2000 John Deere 4400, owned by Dan Evans of Coney Lake, driven by, I think that's his dad, Mark Evans. How you doing, buddy? That's a good-looking tractor. This John Deere is a lawn mowing, wood hauling, driveway grading machine, whether helping out or just being parked in the garage. It's a real beauty. And as the saying goes, nothing runs like a deer, but this one won't jump out of the field or out in front of you, even though it's ready to go.
Unit 81 is here with the 2013 Kubota BX2360. You're looking at the Pioneers 4-H Club.
All righty, this is also an Evans. This is John Evans. Hey, John from Happy Hill Farms, Pioneers 4-H Club. How you doing, bud? Don't let the name fool you. Along with pigs, members show rabbits and have family living projects that include gardening, woodworking, and cooking. These kids work year-round to make the best better.
82 is coming through now. This is a 1946 John Deere B.
Owned by Dane Bowen out of Springboro. 1946 John Deere B.
Ah, they brought the family. Where's the Great Dane? Ah.
He didn't make the trip. Uh-oh, looks like they had some candy fall out there. Got another little break in the action. Anybody sees that Kabasi wagon, send them back. I'm not sure if it was any good yet. Just another thing, some of our magic makers for tonight also included RJ Ron Caglione, Excavating, PNC Bank, Tammy Laux, MFG, Meadville Medical Center, Penn State Barron, who just went by us, Anderson Coach and Tours and Travel, Clinks Environmental Services, Finders Keepers, Bortnick Tractor Sales, and Griffin Motors. LA Auto, which is right around the corner from you here, B&S Drain Service, Northwestern Rural Electric, Thompson Gravel, Clapper Insurance, Signature Earthworks, Blossoms and Blooms, Star and Marketing, Voy Rivers Barbecue, right up the street, and Linesville Borough Council.
You know, if you get an opportunity, we have a bunch of these cute little tractors around town. There are 31 of them. They're available in 5 colors. We hope you get a chance to get a picture with them. Sponsors' logos are on the front, so you can see who to thank for that creativity. And we also have these fantastic maps, and we encourage you to get a picture of those. And if you do, would you please post it on Facebook on our Linesville Tractor Parade page? We'd sure like to see a hashtag LTP2018. Rebecca's Restaurant looks like they're bringing in the next unit.
That's coming up. Rebecca's is right across the street there. If you've never been in, try that place out sometime.
Super
1969 Sato.
Yeah, or a Sato.
Sato, Sato, we're not sure
how to pronounce it. He said either way was good to him.
It's a 5650G. It's owned by Gary Gettle and sponsored by Rebecca's Family Restaurant. I was presented this tractor by a very dear friend and father figure, Louis Bud Morgan, who grew up in Coneyville. Before he passed away, he told me he wanted me to have it. I tore it apart and cleaned it to remind me of the person that introduced it to me. It was a lovely town of Linesville.
2 hands on the wheel, Gary.
Pay attention now, Gary.
He looks like he had a lot of fun wrapping that one up.
All right, now these are some hard-working kids. This Kubota B7500, this is the Conneaut Area FFA. Give them a nice round of applause.
Woohoo!
Driven by Laura Metric. The Conneaut Area FFA is an intercurricular student organization for those interested in agriculture and leadership. The chapter currently has over 100 members, and their advisor is Laura Metric. Students just attended a national conference in Indianapolis where Morgan Miller received her national degree. I think Morgan graduated a couple years ago, and they get that after they graduate. Takes them a while.
Oh, it takes a little bit.
Yep.
Pretty exciting. She was in Indianapolis to receive that. Right here we have 85, so look a little further.
Oh, boy.
Next FFA chapter, where are we at?
1953 Farmall Super H. Elliot Sherman, Albion, PA.
Hello, Mr. Honeycutt.
Representing the Albion FFA chapter with several of its members.
86 is here with us, and that is a 1978 wheel horse 8111.
That's a B111, I think.
Oh, it's a B111.
Well, it's different language.
Oh, hey.
Tracy North from Meadville. This is one of Santa's mail delivery units.
Woo,
That's pretty cool looking. Made a little delivery unit out of it.
So we had a wheel horse, now we get some real horses. What do we got now?
Oh, right there we
That's
got
a little one.
Deborah Goss of Polk, PA. Smoking Harbor, 15-year-old mini horses who have done national AMHR shows to local parades. They love eating hay in the spare time. Yeah, me too. And being good ambassadors to children. These minis are no strangers to lights. Their owner, Deborah, has owned the minis since they were 2 years old. They are loved and enjoyed by her grandchildren.
Happy holidays from Valley Farm. They were in the parade last year, and when they arrived, they pulled those minis right out of a minivan.
They brought them in a minivan.
They did.
Oh, had to be a Chrysler product then.
So I had a gal ask me if she could bring an extra horse to the parade, and I thought it was this one. I'm like, yeah, squeeze another one in the minivan. And then I realized that, nope, that wasn't the wrong unit. Not sure what I see coming here. What do you think that is, Dan? Headlights.
No, that was a lighted Santa just walked across the street.
Oh, yeah.
This next one coming up here, folks, is a 1945 Farmall A from Dengler's Farm Garage in Sagertown, driven by Charles Dengler. This Farmall A was purchased in 1945 by a fellow in Michigan who used it for one summer to cultivate the garden. Unfortunately, the gentleman passed away that year, and the tractor was parked in the barn and forgotten about after being used for just 3 hours. I bought this tractor at an auction and had it shipped to Pennsylvania, where she got a new coat of paint and some fancy lights. Dengler's Farm and Garage. That's pretty cool.
That's beautiful. Got Unit 89 coming through right here. This is a 1975 Boland's diesel of questionable lineage.
Charles Anthony, Clarks Mills, PA. Camouflage Cutie was acquired in a trade with his son.
Kind of a fun story, Charlie. I registered while we were on the phone traveling up to a different parade. Number 89 there is his brother. That's the Don Anthony.
Don Anthony on a John Deere 2210. She's a nice tractor, and I use her year-round. We mow grass when the season and plow in the snow in the winter.
Well, do you see some batons with that group? Oh, yep. That's your local
I think
favorite.
I do.
Spinettes are coming through. Larry Shipula's got the tractor here.
All right, this is Larry Shipula of Conneaut Lake, PA, and the Spinette Twirling Club out of Conneaut Lake. The Spinette Twirling Club wishes you a healthy holiday season filled with plenty of exercise and smiles. That's an old Kubota. I don't have the year on it. That's an oldie there.
Hello, Larry.
Hello, Larry. He's Dave. No, this is an extra coming. Lawnmower's way back. How about the Spinettes?
So the Spinettes have been around quite a few years. We don't have any history on them, but I can tell you that they were around when I was a kid.
We got to be 50, 60 years old. Check this out. I think we're going to try to bump start this one, like the old motorcycles back in the day. It says it's a pre-1950 Montgomery Ward plow track owned by Marcus Hunt. This tractor was recently purchased, and she's still in her work clothes. Oh, he pull started her, by golly, yeah, that's right. He did that. Like a yo-yo. Wrap that string around her, give her a yank. Looks like he had some helpers get him up over the hill there. Pre-1950, they didn't have hills back then, I don't think. Here he comes. Look at this thing. Pre-50s.
It's a really interesting unit. Must be an interesting ride. Those are steel wheels.
Look at that thing go. Give him a nice round of applause, folks, on Montgomery Ward tractor, pre-1950. He made the hill.
Doing good. So as he was cruising around up around the school, it was so interesting because it almost looks like you're riding a rototiller. Yeah. So this is like the nicest guy on the planet. This is Troy Oskin coming from Oskin Construction. And we were a little backed up getting people into our school up there because there's over 600 participants in this parade with our 120 units. And so Troy jumped right in and became part of our volunteer staff. Nicest fellow on the planet.
That's right. A 2013 Kubota L3800. Troy Oskin used to be my neighbor out there in Linesville. Troy Oskin Construction says ho, 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 and Merry Christmas from the Troy Oskin Construction family. Nice work. Look like a slate. Troy, nice job. Troy Oskin Construction, very, very creative. Linesville, PA. If you need some construction work, give them a call.
Hi, Troy. Thanks for all the help today.
You folks can't see it up here, but it says on the side, Chad Lugs made me do it.
And I loved it.
And I loved it. This is a 1966 Minneapolis Moline U302. Squeak and Nina Laux owned this vehicle, and rest his soul, Squeak passed away not too long ago. Connieville, PA, ridden by their grandson, Dylan Merritt. 1966 Minneapolis Moline was bought brand new by George Herrick, also from Linesville, later purchased by my grandfather, Russell Laux. The tractor has been making hay and working around the Center Road farm for 50 years.
Unit number 95 was approaching us. That's a Massey Harris 50.
That's Dennis Archaki from Centertown. Relay for Life and Team Family Affair.
Well, hello, Denny. Hi, April. Hi, crew. How's it going?
Good deal.
Hello. So I see number
1969. Oops, I'm sorry. Sears 10XL. Nick Glunt at a Penn, PA. Nick has repainted his tractor, used it pulling stuff around. That's a good thing to do with a tractor, Nick.
It is a good thing to do.
You got the gas can right on the front in case you need it. 1958 International, A.J. Ziegler out of Linesville, PA, Ziegler Farms.
That's Jason, that's Josh Crawford, actually.
Oh, is that Josh? I'm sorry, that's the wrong one. Where am I at?
Oh, I'm not sure, but 99 is coming through right now. And that would be a 1960s John Deere 700 self-propelled sprayer. It is owned by Chad Laux and driven by Jason Hayes.
Said Chad bought that at an auction just to use in the parade and put 2,600 lights on there.
Yeah, spent a lot of time making that thing all beautiful. Thank you, Jason, for bringing it through the parade. Unit 100 is coming now.
That's Blood's Dairy Farm. That's an International 1486 in Connieville, PA. Jason Blood driving that. When it's not out parading around, this tractor is used on the local farm. Blood Farms. Happy holidays from all of them.
Holy lights, look at that.
Oh my.
I'm surprised these ladies don't have sunglasses
Hey guys, how
on.
are you? Look at that. He made a tree out of hay.
They sure did.
Straw.
I like that garland. Oh, this has got to be one of my favorites. It's got antlers, cute little red nose.
You better not be running around. It's still deer season. 1936 coming up over the hill here. 1936 Alice Chalmers, WC.
Hey, I think I'm supposed to tell you that this is the oldest tractor in the parade.
And you did remind me of that. The oldest tractor in the parade. This is owned by Braden Kreider, driven by Grandpa Bernie Klosky. This 1936 Alice Chalmers was purchased by Linton Coe, Brandon's great-grandfather, to use on his farm. We are happy to have this back on the family farm. Merry Christmas to all and have a great night. Braden's the grandson. I think Bernie's driving it.
Oh.
This next one's not a cup today.
I think this is one of my favorites. I like this nose. I like those pink ears. Sure like those antlers.
What do you got next? We're missing something.
Okay, I got this one. Coming up next looks to me like Unit 102. I'm not sure what I'm looking at.
Yeah, 102.
Looks like Unit 102.
I have a couple steers. I don't have that.
This one?
That's not a cup today.
Nope.
Look how he's steering that thing. It goes back and forth, a little articulate steering in that one. And I'm not sure I have the right card up here for him. I apologize.
Oh, you know what? Read 110. Look at that.
No.
Nope, not that one. That is a big unit, articulated, got dualies on the back. Looks like it's a case 4690.
See how that steers both axles. You turn front and rear. 103 looks like a 1950 John Deere Model B. That's Bill Thompson. Bill Thompson over there, Pumps and Gravel. Bill's driving tonight on Forest View Restaurant, Pork's Body Works, and Three Pines Farm. The great folks would like to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas. Hi, Bill.
Unit number 104 is a 2018 Massey Ferguson 4707 from Watson's Incorporated.
They're down in Hermitage, PA. It's driven by Ron White. Watson's Incorporated is a family-owned business serving the agriculture community since 1932, selling new and used farm equipment.
It's your local Massey Ferguson dealer, and what are they pulling right there, Boone? What is that?
That's one of them there spreaders. I think that's a manure spreader. I got my wife one of those one year for her birthday. She was pretty happy.
How often does she throw you in it?
No. She liked it. She was happy. 105, right?
That's a bright unit coming along here.
2014 John Deere 2520. This is Ray's Marketplace right outside of town in Linesville. Ray's Marketplace, been driven by David Ray. They wish everyone a wonderful Christmas season.
So if I'm not mistaken, isn't that cow usually inside the store?
Oh, yeah.
Huh. Looks like your cow got sort of loose.
Marketplace cow sitting right out front between the store and 10 Point Beer.
Ah.
Uh-oh.
Looks like Unit 107. That's a 1980 case 2090.
That is. That's D. Woody Farms again. From Sagertown. Carl D. Woody driving this one. This tractor was bought on eBay in 2004. Is used on the family farm.
Bought it on eBay.
Perfect.
That's Carl inside. Carl's one of my neighbors from Motortown, Pennsylvania. And next looks like Unit 108.
Missed you guys. The 1951. That's not a 51 farm all.
It looks like a Massey Ferguson to me.
We got our numbers wrong here. This might have been it here.
Take a look there. We got there for Massey Ferguson.
No. Sorry, folks. We got a little bit of a mix-up here. We tried hard.
I don't know.
It's a 492 Massey.
Oh, WTP has this one here, wholesale tractor parts, and it came in with this one right here. It's 10. That's the one.
108.
And it's pulling an 8-ton Grove running gear that was converted into this hay wagon.
Oh, okay. I see what it is now. Sean McGuigan at Jamestown, PA.
Touchstone Solutions and Wholesale Tractor Parts brought you this. And when they aren't bringing this tractor to parades, we usually mow and brush hog and plow snow. She's a versatile machine that never lets us down. Happy holidays.
Look at this next one, a 1956 International Cup Low. Owned by Dave Stewart from Linesville out here at Stewart's North Shore Dairy Farm, driven by Dave Stewart. Stewart's North Shore Dairy has been a family-owned farm operating since 1921, 97 years young. This tractor was purchased by Jim Stewart 20 years ago, and we still plow snow right across the street from my house with that thing. Check that out. Love milk and cookies. Twice a day, drink your milk.
And Stewart Farm, established in 1921.
Like to eat, thank a farmer. Very true. Good job, you guys. Next one is a TC 45D New Holland. Rodney Bates. Rodney Bates has Signature Earthworks right outside of Linesville, right out by Penline.
It's one of our sponsors.
Signature Earthworks, Thompson Gravel, Three Pines Farm, Forest View Restaurant, and Porch Body Works would like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. Rodney, thank you. Thanks for your participation.
Number 112.
Porky, how are you? Mark.
112's coming next. Looks like a I don't know what that is. Looks like a 1978 Case 1070. Is that it? That does not look like a case. Looks like a farm.
I got a 1947.
There we go.
Farmall M.
Perfect.
Sue Grosick at Atwater, Ohio. 1947.
Sue's here from
Farmall
the
M.
Geauga County Antique Puller Association. A 47M was saved from the scrapyard. Right here is number 113.
1956 John Deere 520. Justin Cants.
Hi.
Cornbread. He's got a nickname. We name him Cornbread. Some call him Lunch Meat. I call him Cornbread. Cants Farm right out in Shermansville. My grandfather bought this tractor in 1974, and it was passed down to me in 2014. I was there the day he got it, I think, on his graduation day.
Oh, yeah. I think he upgraded from last year's parade unit that he had. Is this another one of those cool cows? It is. Unit 114 is in the parade right now. This one says it's a fairly old tractor.
Yeah, older than F. Case 930. Randy Grout out of Linesville, PA, Grout Farms. The old girl works hard around the farm in the summer. Call to pack and rake and a brush hogging. The trailer hauls many round bales back to the farm, and it won't be long before the kids will be old enough to drive this one. Thanks, Randy.
I like this cow outfit. Looking pretty cute. Good looking family on board. Hello, everyone. Coming through now, Unit 115.
1967 John Deere 3010. Tim Brown out of Conneautville, driven by TJ.
Hi, TJ.
TJ Brown, Valley Lawn Care. TJ is very instrumental in the FFA in the past years here at Linesville.
Up next, Unit 116.
Let's get a little hay rake behind it, I think.
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
2015 Kubota BX 2370. Jeremy McGrath.
Oh, hey, I know him. Hey, Jeremy, how's it going?
Jeremy's on the committee, too. He does a great job. A lot of volunteer work involved. Thanks, Jeremy. Just like to close our cars and half our tools, this 2015 was purchased secondhand. In addition to mowing, tilling, and plowing, this tractor loves tractor parades.
Unit 117 is coming through right now.
It's a 1975 John Deere 302 diesel. Bob O'Hare out of Conneaut Lake.
Well, hi, Bob O'Hare. What's coming next? Looks like Unit 118.
We've been fighting all day to try to get them all through here a little quicker. We're getting close to the end, folks. You see the guy spinning around back here. We got a 2018 John Deere 4052R. Chris Wright out of Linesville, PA. 2018 John Deere tractor was purchased because Chad Laux convinced my wife she needed to be in a tractor parade. I was too afraid to let her drive, so I persuaded her to make a float for her and her friends and told her that'd be more fun way. You having fun, ladies? Look at this, folks. Here comes the pride of Linesville. 1962 Massey Ferguson 305. Owned and driven by the myth, the legend, the man, Chad Laux of WTC. Candy Combine was bought exclusively parades. In previous life, it harvested thousands of acres of grain. Look at them up there, tossing out to...
God, that Tootsie Rolls are going. Do you remember how the stats on those? There were like 260,000 of those little buggers.
This next one is a 2012 Kubota Santa Claus all the way from the North Pole, driven by Michael Chance 5 years ago. Mrs. Claus thought we should have a parade as a way of thank and celebrate the farmers of the area. So the magic of the lighted tractor parade was started. Riding with Mr. and Mrs. Claus with the grandchildren, enjoying the wonderful magical night. Moments of the parade. Wish everybody meet them up at Mickles Barn right after the parade. Folks, it looks like it's going to rain again, but we thank you for attending the United States' largest lighted tractor parade. Linesville, Pennsylvania, thank you for being part of it. Thanks everyone for coming out tonight. And thank Armstrong Cable for videoing this. It'll be on the TV on Monday evening at 6:30 and also on YouTube. Thank you. Tell your friends you were part of the largest tractor parade in the United States.
Lighted.
Good night, Merry Christmas, and happy holidays to all.
Good night.